All right, now that we've created a sequence, tell us how to play back a sequence.
All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is store a view so that we can see what we're going to play back.
Okay.
So we're going to do that by deleting this sequence pool here. So we'll do that, and we'll delete window. It's still viewable via this tab down here, so we just click that and it'll come back up. We're just going to put something else on that screen. So now we'll come right up here. We'll select that box, click on it, and then we're going to go to our Sheets tab and then do Sequence Executor. So that populates that. There's nothing that's visible to be played back currently, so nothing populates there. So we're going to need to store that. So we're going to hit Store and store that in 1.1 right here, this box. Do that. We're going to name it Executor. Hit Enter. And then now that's there, so we can see that. We can see our sequences. After we've done that, we're going to put our sequences, the two that we've created, in a couple of buttons. The buttons and faders on the software and on the desks for that matter are all called executors. They're executing something, a task of some kind. In our case, we're going to be dealing with sequences and cue lists. So we're going to assign one of these to 101 and one of them to 106 on the bottom of screen number 2. So we'll start with red and aqua. So the first way we're going to do that is click on 106 right there in the grayed box. And then this window pops up over here, and we're going to do sequence. So right here at the bottom, you have empty sequence effect macro timer. We're going to select sequence. And then it populates our list. You can select whichever one you want, but we're going to do red/aqua. And now you can see that right down here, it has assigned that to number 106. So we'll just close that out. Then we're going to assign number 2 to number 101 down here. So sequence center to button 101. To do this, we're going to do a different method. We're going to hit assign right here. And then we're going to hit the one we want. And then we're going to hit the button that we want it to go to. So now we can see center is now right there. You can see a little 1 right here below the actual number of the sequence pool. That means that that sequence is stored in one location on the desk. So like if I was to store this one right here on 103, now there's a 2. So you can easily tell in your sequence pool if this is being played back from multiple locations. We don't need it played back from multiple locations, so we'll go ahead and just delete the one right here on 103. Now it goes back to 1. Now that we've done that, we have 2 sequences ready to play back. We'll hit our executor tab. We can see that we have the red cue, which is sequence center, so it's 101. You can see it. This is being played back because there's a green tab at the top. We can toggle between these two by selecting the one we want. So right now this one's visible on our sequence executor. What we're going to do is we're just going to hit select and 106, and now we can see that Q1 of red/aqua is there. You can play back both of them at the same time with the actual go button right here. So we can see that turns red. It turns blue. That means that cue is being played back. We can play this one back as well. That one will go off because they're overriding each other, but they can both be played back at the same time by that. The green tab right here at the top means that we can play it back via the master controls or the Go Plus button if you're familiar with that on a desk. So if you click master, you have Go Plus, Go Minus, and pause. You can play back the red and aqua button number 106 via these buttons here, so it just plays back that way. You can also now, whenever we're storing something, we can store it and update and edit it with it on that sequence. So we'll go ahead and do that. So this is the one that's active, red/aqua. We can see that our lights are red and aqua. We're going to adjust those colors a little bit we'll do open white and cyan like that. and we're going to change the position. So we're going to do that, that, and that. That's our next queue that we want to store. So to do that, all we have to do is hit store and then hit please. It's going to ask us what we want to do. We can overwrite this queue, which means this new look will become that queue. We don't want to do that. We can merge this look into this queue. So everything that was previous would stay, and then all of the changed values would then go into that queue. We don't want to do that either. These other ones you don't need to worry about right now. And then we're going to create a second queue. So this is what it's going to do. We're going to hit that, and it's going to populate queue number 2. So we can then just build on top of the first queue in that sequence. So we'll hold down clear here, so everything will go away. We're back into queue 1. We hit go plus, or we just hit this go button right here, queue number 2, and then it'll go back to queue number 1 and queue number 2. It'll continue to play over and over and over again.
Yeah, is there a certain number of queues that you can have on this list, or is it?
No, I think it's an infinity pretty much. I mean, I think the number is like 999 or something like that, but you can have, I mean, if you have 999 queues, you got a lot of queues, so we shouldn't ever reach that. So yeah,
very cool. All right, thank you so much.
Thanks.